How long does it take to get an uncontested divorce in Massachusetts? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm attorney Paul Whalen from Afford Law. At Afford Law, we now offer uncontested divorce coaching services throughout Massachusetts. It'll save you a lot of money and a lot of time. What we do is we advise you and coach you through the process step by step, from filling out the documents all the way up through the hearing itself. So if you have any questions, please feel free to visit us at affordlaw.org. So oftentimes we get the question, how long does a Massachusetts divorce take? In particular, how long does an uncontested divorce take? Well, the good news is an uncontested divorce takes a lot less time than a contested divorce. And again, an uncontested divorce is when all the issues are agreed upon by you and your spouse. The bad news is not everyone can get an uncontested divorce because very often you cannot come to terms with your spouse on all of the issues. And even if there's only one issue that's still undecided upon, you have to go the contested divorce route. So that's going to take more time, more money, and it'll be a lot more stressful to you. But typically what happens is, in a best case scenario, you fill out all your paperwork and you file that with the court along with the filing fee. Within 30 days, you're supposed to get a hearing before the judge. Now, that's when all things are going well. There's not a backup in the courts and so forth. But the ideal is that within 30 days, you have your hearing. 30 days from the hearing date, a Judgment Nisi will enter. And a Judgment Nisi is basically just a sort of a temporary judgment. It goes into place for a period of time up to 30 days. So it's in place after 30 days from the hearing. 90 days from that date, your divorce is final. So basically, you file the paperwork, 30 days from that date, you get a hearing date, and 120 days from that date, your divorce is final. So the good news is, in the best case scenario, it could take you 5 months in order to get an uncontested, no-fault divorce in Massachusetts. I say in best case because, again, it's somewhat up to the court as to their availability. There's only so many hours in a day and so many cases that can be processed through the courts. But that's, again, that's the best case scenario. And oftentimes we see that that's just about right, as long as everything goes well. Now, when you go to the hearing, as long as everything goes well at the hearing, the rest of the time period will go without a problem. And 95% or more of the time, everything goes well at the hearing because you've already submitted your paperwork. You already know what the agreement is. Every once in a while, there's a bit of a hiccup or something. A judge will want more clarification on a particular issue or something that can delay things. But during that, what they call the Nisi period, that's just a waiting period. So you don't have to do anything, even though it takes 120 days. Even though you don't have to do anything, your divorce will be final at the end of that time. That gives you a time. That gives you some time to reconcile with your ex if you're wanting to change your mind and not get a divorce. But in any case, that's the best case scenario. The thing to do to start a divorce is you need to fill out the paperwork. So you need to get all the documents together. You need to gather some information and fill out all those forms. There are a bunch of forms that have to be filled out. There are 7 forms that have to be filled out for all divorces. And there are another 2 if you have children together. So that's basically what the time frame for an uncontested divorce in Massachusetts. As I say, if you have any questions, please feel free to book a free virtual appointment with me. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. Our fees are all based on a sliding scale based on your income. So the less you make, the less you have to pay. Feel free to visit us at affordlaw.org, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Because at Afford Law, we're making justice affordable. Thank you.